Trust in the buys that you've made and know the market. That way you can make a good decision. Welcome to Matt's Profit Pursuit. I'm Matt. I'm a part-time reseller who sells on eBay, and I make what sold videos so you see what's selling on eBay. And I go one step further to break down all the fees for the sales so you see exactly how much is made after all the fees to eBay, the cost of goods, the shipping, the taxes, and investing back into your business. That way you see how much is really made when you sell on eBay. I got 9 orders going out today, and today we're going to talk about sending and receiving offers. But first, let's check out the sales. I am phasing out a lot of low dollar items in my store, and it may seem counterintuitive, but those low dollar items, I cut the prices even more just to get rid of them. I got a few of those items actually coming up. This is one of them. This is just an Eddie Bauer sweatshirt. I believe I bought this around 4th of July, thinking it would sell. It took forever, but I cut the price way down to like $5. Finally sold it. I paid 88 cents for this shirt and it sold for $4.99 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $12.24, and after fees and shipping, I get $4.63. Here's a similar item. It's a pair of Echo shoes. These can do okay, I guess, depending on the model. I kind of got in the habit of just picking up any Echo shoe and not really doing the proper research. So not knowing the market like I should know. So some pairs don't sell as good as others. These I had listed for a little while. I dropped the price down to $15 and relisted them. And then within a couple days got some offers and finally settled on, I think, $10. I paid $1.45 for these and they sold for $10 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $19 even. And after fees and shipping, I get $5.90. These I picked up just because they're so light. They didn't cost much. A pair of kids' Uggs. I've had these probably 6 months or so. I only paid 45 cents for these and they sold for $13.49 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $21.26, and after fees and shipping, I get $8.49. I sold this lot of Assassin's Creed, I believe is what it is. Little figures. This guy's missing the part, like the legs and the top, but it's missing the midsection. This guy. I paid 65 cents for these figures and they sold for $15 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $22.63, and after fees and shipping, I get $12.44. Sold this pair of Adidas like yoga pants. The only reason I got these is because they are Stella McCartney, and some of these items on this collab can do well. I paid 70 cents for these and they sold for $15.50 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $23.33, and after fees and shipping, I get $13.82. Sold this pair of shoes. These are Patara. I'm probably saying that wrong, but they kind of just look like Toms. I paid $1.80 for these shoes, and they sold for $16 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $26.63, and after fees and shipping, I get $11.60. One thing my buddy Jake J-Ride is always talking about is sell-through rate, and he is 100% right. This is one of those items, a TI-84 Plus calculator. This one has a little black spot on the screen, so I listed it pretty low, but it sold within a few days of me listing it. I paid 85 cents for this calculator, and it sold for $24.99 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $32.88, and after fees and shipping, I get $21.43. Sold this pair of Coach boots. I paid $3.30 for these boots, and they sold for $25 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $42.48, and after fees and shipping, I get $22.02. I sold this Philips DVD player recorder with the remote and cables. This remote alone, I believe, does pretty good. But this is the item I was referring to when I said know the market. I listed this, and within 2 days, I listed this for $50. Within 2 days, I got an offer for $35 or something like that. So I came back at 40 or 45. I don't remember. I think 45. They declined it, and then that same day, somebody bought it full price. I paid $4 for this guy and it sold for $49.95 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $100.18, and after fees and shipping, I get $62.75. So that's what I mean when I say know the market and trust your buys. And part of that is researching when you buy something, is looking up comps and sell-through rate and make sure that's right. However, the market changes. So if you do get an offer on something, it doesn't hurt to look up the market, see where it's at, see if maybe they're actually sending you a fair offer. Obviously, your cost of goods for that item is going to be a determining factor in whether or not you accept that offer. And then as far as sending offers, I send out offers every day as soon as I get something. And depending on what it is, I'm getting a little bit more aggressive now. Kind of the same idea with slashing prices. I'm just trying to get rid of some older inventory. If it's stuff I know I've had for a while, I'll send a 30% offer versus a 15 to 20% I do on other things. But I am sending out offers daily, and I am getting better at responding to every offer sent to me. Sometimes when they're real low and I'm not in the mood, I just hit decline. But I do feel like it is better to kind of go back and forth with that person to see. And if it's a $50 item and they offer you $5, I'll come down to $49.99. Like if they want to play, we can play back and forth. I've heard people say this, and I feel the same way, that even offers going back and forth, for some reason that gives it a little boost to eBay. It makes them see like, okay, somebody's interested in this, let's push it out to some more people. And I've had it where, just like with that, where somebody declines an offer or they send a real low offer and I decline it, then I sell it for full price or get a good offer, days later. So I do suggest always going back and forth, and I'm trying to do better. Actually listening to people on YouTube, the resellers that I respect, and I know they're giving me good information, and also the information I give when I say, hey, this only sold for this, don't buy it, and then I go and buy it again. That doesn't make much sense. So I'm trying to get better of sourcing better items, mainly focusing on sell-through rate. Well, let's see, what would I do? I'm talking myself out of it already. I think sell-through rate is the most important thing. Even if you're only making $5 on something, but you can make it in that same day or within a day, you can buy a bunch of items that sell for for a $5 profit, but buy 5 of those in a day and the next day you sell them. That's better than waiting 2 months for $10 each. But if something it sells for a lot of money, but it has a low sell-through rate, I'm going to pick that up too. Because I figure eventually it'll sell, and I source at the bins, so my buy cost is way down here. If something sells for $100, I can list it for $80 and give it a little bit of a boost on the sell-through rate that way. And I've been doing this for a few years now, so my low sell-through rate items are constantly selling because I've had them for over a year. So I do not recommend it. Like I said, I'm trying to get better from here on out to get rid of those items. So if you are just starting out, I would focus on sell-through rate, which is just how many items are listed versus how many have sold in the past 90 days. But I do have a question that I want you to answer down below. If there's 100 items listed and 100 sold, that's anyone you hear on YouTube, they'll tell you that's a 100% sell-through rate. Or is it 50% because there is 200 of those items total and 100 have sold? Let me know down below what you think. And of course, run your business your way. Everyone has their own way of doing it, and that's great. But you don't get one of these if you don't know what you're doing. Just saying. Now let's break down these sales. For those items, including what the buyers paid for shipping, I have a total of $282.67 in sales. After eBay fees and shipping, I have $163.08 minus the cost of goods, which was $14.08, and that gives me $149. I take 25% and put it in a savings account for taxes. It's more than I need, but after I pay my taxes, whatever's left is a bonus for me, and that is $37.25, which gives me $111.75. I take 20% and invest it back into the business to pay for more inventory and shipping supplies, which is $22.34. So that puts $89.41 in my pocket, again for my original investment of $14.08, which is 6.3 times my money. And it was about 2.5 hours worth of work for these items. When I mention the hours, that's just for the items I'm showing in this video. There's items I've listed throughout the week that I haven't sold yet, so I'm putting in more hours per week. However, just for the items that sold, that's how much time I put into those specific items. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Let me know down below, do you send out offers all the time? And do you accept offers? Do you go back and forth? Or do you just decline lowball offers? Let me know your tactics, because I'm trying to learn. And I will catch you on the next one. God bless. Peace.